Hello and welcome back to Who Ordered Coffee. We're back with our second episode. Woo, welcome. And today we are being hosted by yours truly, Hanae, and I'm joined with Jonathon and Elliot. How are you guys going today?
Hello, I am good.
That is good.
How about you, Elliot?
I am bloody exhausted. Let's go.
Amazing. We love the exhausted energy. So, things to mention from last week's. Now, Jonathon, did you do your homework about listening to any
I'm
music?
afraid I have not.
Jonathon, you had a week.
I know, unfortunately, like Elliot, I had a very busy week.
Unacceptable. No, I'm joking. Okay.
I will say though about Six, I did do some very brief research as I was putting together show notes for last week's episode, and I did look up the Sydney website because the Sydney production has a website of it, and so I very briefly saw what that was all about, and it did look very exciting.
What did?
Oh, like just the costuming of these characters, like they look like they were in of Six musical.
Okay.
And like it looked like they had how do I describe it? Like this sort of punk rock sort of vibe to it. Yeah, it was a very interesting costume choice, and not exactly what I was expecting, given what you guys had described it to be about. And then I was like, oh, that's how they're taking this. That's cool. But unfortunately, I have not listened to a single minute of music, and that is my mistake.
Wow, you are so far looking pretty bad on the point score.
Yeah, I'm -1.
Well, I'm giving you a point, like half a point.
Half a point.
Yeah.
-0.5. Let's go.
Yeah. Jonathon, frankly, I'm just slightly disappointed. You know, I really thought you're the person who would go out and like, do your homework immediately, I would assume. But also, I don't want to assume because I am someone who leaves it to the last minute. But yeah, I'm glad you looked up the costumes because I didn't want to describe the costumes to you because it's so awesome just to look at. And I love how each character is like so uniquely different, but also all the rhinestones, so sparkly.
Yeah, they did seem pretty fabulous there.
No, it's awesome. Now, things to mention about this podcast, which is very cool. Our intro music that you hear and the outro music was composed by us, mostly Jonathon. I contributed maybe a 0.5% to it. But thank you, Jonathon, for creating such beautiful music for this wonderful podcast.
It was a collaborative effort, so
it really was not. I feel like I did nothing.
But it was a collaborative effort, but like the collaboration that you have in high school where one person does the entirety of the job and the other two are just making jokes in the background.
Yeah. Thank you, Jonathon, for carrying the team.
I shall neither confirm nor deny.
And this amazing logo done by Elliot. Thank you so much.
Well, it was a collaborative effort.
It also was not. So far, you can really tell who's the dead weight of the show. I'm joking.
I will say for the logo, it was entirely Elliot, and it's absolutely brilliant. It is
the logo
by far
is my favorite thing.
As a side note to the listeners, the logo isn't even finished yet.
At the time of this recording,
it hasn't even been completed. They're complimenting the second draft.
No, I'm complimenting the first draft. What are you talking about?
At the time of this recording, it is not yet complete. But that just shows you how good it actually is, because even now, I'm looking at it and it's really something else. It's really quite special.
Nice hand, finding the right way round.
There's just something fun about it being like, seeing a caricature version of yourself. I imagine it's probably less exciting for other people because it's not them, but for people who have ever had caricatures done of them, it feels like that.
This brings me so much joy just to look at. Even my broken hand in the drawing. Maybe we'll show you, maybe we won't. But, it just brings me so much joy. And, like, as soon as we got the actual first draft, I won't call the little scribble. I mean, it looks great.
What do you mean? The scribble was a perfect one.
Yeah, it was. I still love that one. But I ran around and showed my whole family. And they thought it was so cool. And I was just like, look what Elliot did. We did nothing, but Elliot did so much today. Yeah, we're just already in love with it, even though it's not even finished. So thank you, Elliot, for continuing to draw this and edit this beautiful photo. And it's so accurate. I do have two right hands in real life, or don't I? Elliot, you get
thank you.
10 points.
I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, 10 points.
Yeah. Because it's beautiful.
I don't know when it's something.
10 points for Elliot.
Jonathon, you can get 5 because your amazing score.
Oh, yes, thank you.
But I'm sorry, the pitch is really... Well, with that attitude, you get 4. Not joking, you can still have your 5.5. Yeah, today we're doing a little differently because I'm going to keep a point system, and at the end of this podcast, I'm going to count it up, maybe accurately. You know what? My maths was never that good. And we'll find out who gets the host next week. Ooh. That will be really fun. But that will be at the end of the episode, so stick around to see who's going to be hosting. Also, an update on us. Did we do our coffee hangout?
Absolutely not. And I'm very disappointed.
I am just as disappointed. I was trying to see if anyone was free, but sadly we're all adults who actually need to work and have not much money.
I went out and got coffee about enough for each of us to have had 2 coffee hangouts.
Okay.
Does that count?
Yes, 100%.
That makes it more disappointing, Elliot, because I made a poll.
I didn't go out with anyone. I was just on my way to places, way home from work. You know how it is.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
alrighty.
I admit I bought probably enough coffee as well, but like the little bottled coffees, so we could have also had 2 other hangouts. So technically we've hung out 4 times by ourselves.
Lies.
If you really think about it.
Without even telling each other we had coffee.
Lies. Absolutely.
I know. We're very disappointed. Maybe one day, or maybe never. But we will have this coffee hangout, maybe not next week, but maybe the week after. Who knows? Stay tuned to find out if we ever actually get to hang out in person ever again.
It'll just be like a running thing that we'll have to keep track of. It's like, and is this week the week where they have coffee hangout? No.
Yeah, we are never getting coffee as a group, apparently. To be fair, we've always had like an accidental coffee, but like it was more with our food.
Right, yeah.
So it was never actually the coffee hangout.
We've never gone out to get coffee, we've gone out to get food.
Yeah.
Which does not count.
No.
Or that we happened to pass like a coffee place and we were just like, hey, let's go get some coffee.
It's normally bubble tea for y'all though.
It really is. But I needed sugar probably at that time of the day instead of like the coffee kick. Sometimes sugar just does something different and it turns my brain on again. I don't know why. I need like to swap between those two.
So fair.
I'm pretty sure sugar does that for most people.
I am special, Jonathan. Shut up. I'm joking. Okay, so today's topic is, what was the first video game that you played or remember playing, or you actually just want to talk about because maybe your first video game was not even worth talking about, but it's up to you. I'm gonna pick Jonathan. You can go first today.
Me? I'm going first. Okay. So, first video game I remember playing, I want to answer this as the first video game I can remember at all.
Yes.
When I thought back on this, I was like, I haven't actually played all that many video games, and I discovered most of my childhood consisted of me watching my brother play video games. So I'll talk about that instead.
Big mood.
I'll talk about that instead. So the first video game I remember my brother playing was Megaman X5? X4? X5. It's Megaman X5. It's one of those. It was on the original PlayStation 1, like the vintage. Oof. I know.
Yes.
That's like...
I have one still.
You still got one?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so jealous because we used to have one. And
I never played Mega Man though. I didn't. Oh no, I'll tell you later. Sorry, I'm interrupting Jonathan.
Oh no,
Jonathan, keep going.
No, okay. So we had a PlayStation, and unfortunately we lent it to someone, and we never saw it again.
Are you serious?
Awesome.
Yeah. So unfortunately, be like that. But about the game, Mega Man X5, it was. I think it was in. Oh, it was either the original Chinese. No, original Japanese, or it was a Chinese translated version of it. But it doesn't really matter because it's a side-scrolling game. And I remember just being excited watching my brother play because he would get really excited about it. And just, as a younger kid, you're just like, oh, I'm just part of the fun. Like, so I have fond memories of that game because, and just watching my brother try to, defeat these bosses. And of course, inevitably having like the hard boss. And, this is something I learned about my brother. He has this sort of relentlessness. Like, I'm the kind of person who would rage quit on a game. I don't know if you guys know that about me, but my brother doesn't rage quit, and he just like keeps going at it like 10 times, 100 times until he beats this boss. And it's just memories of him just going at this one boss forever. So that's memorable in that way because I just watched him play it for a long time.
Wait, I think, Jonathan, your brother gets 2 points for having respect.
Oh.
Jonathan's brother's getting a segment now.
There you go. I shall let him know.
That's amazing. I don't even have any dedication. I am a rage quitter, and you know this. You definitely know this.
Partial rage quitter.
You haven't seen my full rage quit I try and turn it back for guests in the house because my mum will judge me so hard, and then she'll tell me off later. And she's like, "Why are you such a sore loser?" And I'm just like, I don't know. I was going to say that, like, yeah, I still have my PlayStation 1, and I'm very sorry that yours got stolen because that is utterly rude.
It wasn't exactly stolen. It was more like they just borrowed it.
No, you should give it back. That's technically stealing.
Like, it's a weird type of, like, it's weird because he kind of just borrowed it, and then we just kind of never... Yeah.
Stop.
I'm trying to not make anybody look bad.
No, it's okay. We're not going to name names, and we're not going to go dig at this person, but I would consider that stealing.
Yeah.
Even if it's accidental, even if you've forgotten it, and you give it back, that's fine, but, like, it's probably not going to happen. And it just sucks that it did happen.
Yes, well...
What were you trying to say, Elliot?
It could still be brought back. There's still time.
There's still time. Hey, Jonathan's friend, I don't know what I'm calling you. If you still have that PlayStation in the back of the house and you just like, hey, maybe that's not mine, could you give it back, please?
Yeah.
Jonathan would really like it.
Yeah, can we have our vintage PlayStation back if you haven't already sold it?
But yeah, I actually still have mine, and it got to the point where it was breaking down. We would have to put it on its side for it to actually run any games.
Oh, wow.
It was really funny. But no, I never had Megaman. The one that I remember playing the most was Tony Hawk.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah. I also sucked at video games. I mean, I still do, but I used to also watch my brother play because he was so much better than me. And we also had, like, the Dance Dance Revolution maps.
I think we had that too, yeah.
It was so much fun.
But you had Tony Hawk Extreme Skater, and that was the first game that was memorable to you.
That wasn't the game I was going to go with, but that wasn't the first game I played. I guess we're going to
Oh, it's just a game that you had. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
We were talking about PlayStation 1, and I was like, it's still there. I also still have our PlayStation 2, which, if you play PlayStations 2, you're always scared when turning it on because you're like, is it actually going to load the game? Or is it going to go to that other screen where it's like...
awful screen of death.
I know. It's the worst. And it's so loud. Like, you couldn't play it early in the morning. You have to, if you forget, you have to turn the sound down. And otherwise, it just wakes up everyone and you have such a heart attack because it's obnoxiously loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that wasn't the first game I remember playing. I remember playing, like, watching Jaren play this really old computer game called Croc.
Oh my gosh.
I want to play this game so bad. I'm trying to, like, I want to go back and actually play this because I played a little bit of it, but I sucked at it. Surprise, surprise.
I think Croc has a remake, maybe. I think it was being remastered. I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that.
You serious?
My sibling was obsessed with Croc, and a remake is on the way, for Croc, Legend of the Gobbos.
Oh.
Yes!
It is a game that I played non-stop, and I might have a copy of it.
I absolutely thought this game was amazing. I remember Jaren playing it, and I had to watch him play it because I couldn't get past the first few levels because that was terrible. So I watched Jaren play it. That's my brother, by the way. Spoiler. And yeah, it was just so much fun. And even just watching him, I was like really into the game, and I was just like, one day I'm gonna be good enough to play that game. Didn't happen. Because I think we got rid of the computer.
It can still happen. You could play the remake. Play the remake then.
Yeah, I seriously want to play this. We also had those consoles that you would just plug. They're like handheld consoles, and you'd plug it into just the TV monitor, and it would have like games loaded into the controllers.
Yes, yeah.
Haven't heard of that.
I don't know what. Yeah, so that's what I was telling you about earlier before we started recording. They had different versions, and different companies did make it. So I don't actually know what one we played, but it has so many games loaded onto this the controllers, and you would just plug it into the TV and you would select. And it would have maybe 50 different games loaded onto it, and also had like, one of them was a shooting one because it had like, the way it was, the controller was designed, you could also like hold it like a little pistol.
Oh.
It was awesome. That was like one of my earliest memories of playing video games as well.
Well, there you go.
How about we do our little game segment before we get to Elliot?
Oh, alright. We can do that.
Yeah, okay. So today we're doing a little game segment to give out extra points, basically. It's not going to like determine who's going to actually host, it's just going to give you extra points, if I even give out extra points. So the way this is going to work is that you two, I won't be participating because I shouldn't be allowed to host the next one. We're going to do a little drawing segment. So we're going to pick a character, and for today's we're picking a video game character. So We originally had who can draw the best Yoshi, but someone kind of ruined that idea.
Me.
I'm not going to name names.
Me.
Jonathan.
I confess.
Yeah. So Jonathan did practice drawing Yoshi, so that was on me for not explaining the rules, but also for some reason Elliot fully understood the rules.
I feel like, I feel like subconsciously I understood that it was a given, but it was also a case of like, I'm not going to look at him while I'm drawing it during the actual game, but obviously, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Well, I should have explained the rules before we did the podcast, but basically the rules is that they can't have a reference photo. They've got to try their best to remember this character. And if they really don't know them, then
all the better.
You'll have to just draw something. I'm sorry. So, the character for today, I would do a drum roll, but Jonathan, can you just add a drum roll here?
Now.
Okay, your character to draw is Link. Now, you can draw any Link you want. So, I mean, like any game version. Now, who actually wants to go first? Wow, the silence. Okay, I'm going to pick.
I was just hoping Jonathan would kind of take the lead on this one.
I really thought Jonathan was going to do that too, but you know what?
I mean, all right. It sounds like the people have spoken.
Jonathan, you're going to go first.
Okay.
So I'm going to set a timer, and you have to describe how well your drawing's going and what you're actually doing. So you're going to have to like multitask and
there you go.
Try and do like a little story with your drawing
I shall do
skills.
that. And just for people listening, they will be included in the show notes. So links to the pictures are available.
Are you ready to start?
Yes, I am.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
3, 2, 1, start. Okay, here we go. So Link has his iconic green hat. So to begin with, we're going to start with his green hat. Now I am drawing with a pencil, so it will not be green, but it will be a hat. It's going to be somewhat, dare I say, wizard-like. It's got that sort of curvature of a wizard hat, but without the brim. Instead, we will move on to his iconic blonde hair. I don't know how much... Does Link have a lot of hair now? I'm just trying to think.
Yeah,
does he have bangs?
Think of like... He's got that side swoop bangs.
Yeah, he's got the bangs.
I'll give out little hints and helps as well, just to be nice, because I don't want you guys to be completely in the dark.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the bangs going. We've got his green hat. Now, do I give him comical eyes or not? I guess I shall find out for myself.
That's up to you. This is a creative choice that you have to endeavour.
Looking... Okay, this is not going well. Let's see. I shall give him a round nose, and then he is now... You know what? Let's go for comedy. He's going to get the dot eyes, because... Why not?
He's seen things.
He's seen...
Ditto Link.
He's yes, Ditto Link. That's right. Our boy has seen things.
You mean like Pokemon?
Yes. He's got dot eyes, but he does have eyebrows.
Oh my gosh, he does. Should have picked Ditto.
Because he's so expressive, our man never talks. He's going to get a lion mouth. Such
Can you do his famous hoa, his famous line? Your mic just broke.
Yeah, I just did a backflip. Yeah. Okay, so now I should probably speed up, shouldn't I?
You got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Oh no! Now I'm speeding
2, 1, 0. Stop drawing.
Oh.
You're done. Sorry, I should have kept an eye on the timer. I did, and then it was like 10 seconds to go, and I was like, oops.
Actually terrible.
That's okay, send it through. Elliot, you're gonna get a shot in a few minutes. We're gonna come back to this, so you can, I don't know, we're not gonna do it like one after another.
I will
do not look
sit
up.
Here. I will continue to look down.
Yes, look down, or look at your cat, or you can, I would say look at our faces, but none of us have our cameras on. So, Jonathan.
Hello.
Still having your little talkie section. Have video games impacted your creativity in any way, shape, or form?
I was thinking of if the video games had perhaps influenced my musical, anything I'd done musically, but when trying to link it to any of the earlier ones, I was thinking the earlier video games taught me more about storytelling and showing me the power of storytelling through video games. So that impacted my creativity earlier on in that way.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of music, I think the one that stands out for me is the Breath of the Wild. So more recently, I wrote an entire piece dedicated to Breath of the Wild, not necessarily as a pastiche of the music from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but inspired by the actual game itself and like the kind of story that it had and the kind of imagery that it had. So funnily enough, my answer for both, recent and or early game would still be the same thing. It'd still be like, it inspired my creativity and through its storytelling and its imagery.
Nice. Yeah, because I thought I'd ask, because there's always that, like, really stereotypical English question where, like, oh, do video games make kids violent? And I was like, I hate that question with such a passion.
I hate that question because, yes, I'm the most violent person I know, and I played video games every second ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so violent, and I'm going to tell you why, and I blame playing shooting games or something. It's such a stupid question. So I was like, you know what, let's change this.
Make it more about
that
something positive.
Video games get such a bad rap. Yeah, it's actually not, because some people say, I'm not sure how accurate this is, but it actually can develop your thinking skills. So games are basically puzzles, just designed in a different way. So they're already mentally challenging you to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Elliot, we haven't heard much from you today. That's okay. Well, it's because I asked Jonathon first. But Elliot, it's your time to shine. What was the first video game you played or remember playing?
So, I was actually talking about this yesterday, which is hilarious to me. But the first game that I remember playing was Stewart Little.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Stewart Little on the PlayStation, the original. So, I think it was on the original at least, yeah. So, I grew up with my sibling who was obsessed with video games as well, like just really into that kind of world, still continues to be obsessed with Crash Bandicoot. And for some reason, Stewart Little is always the one that I remember as the first game that I played. And I don't know if it is. I don't even know if it was the first game I played, because they used to do this thing where I'd be like sitting down thinking I'm playing the video game, but then they've got the controller actually, so you've got the dud controller and they've got the one behind you that's actually plugged in.
What?
And I don't know if anyone else's siblings did that to them, but that's like...
What? What
that
is this?
So sad and funny as well. Oh my god.
But were they...
Yeah, so they would be playing the video game with the actual controller, and you would have a controller that's either plugged into the Player 2 socket for a game that's a single player game, or you would have a controller that's not plugged in anywhere at all, and they'd be like, oh, it doesn't need to be plugged in, or oh, it's wireless, and you're like 4, so like,
I'm sorry, that's so funny.
But now, was your sibling making you look good, or they making you look bad?
It's a bit of both, I reckon.
It's a bit of both. I mean, they make you look stupid by the fact that you don't realize you're the one playing, right? But then also, you're kind of like a lot better at the game than you expect at that point.
You're like, oh.
So
it's kind of like false boosting confidence.
Until you realize it's not you, and then all that confidence gets washed away in one emotional breakdown.
I know, that's just so mean, but it's such a sibling move.
It's so smart. Like, I can't even argue on them for that. I'm like, yeah, go off. Like, I guess I wouldn't have been appreciating it as a 4-year-old. Like, okay. But I do remember eventually playing that game.
I'm glad you played it.
Yeah, so it caused so many fights, that PlayStation stuff. But it got to the point where we had the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 at the same time, and we would have like allocated times of playing video games or whatever. So we'd have to swap out the two constantly for each game that we had, because it was like, jumping between the two consoles. But the one that my sibling was most obsessed with, that I think stuck with me more, purely because, like, I mean, there's not that much memorable about Stewart Little, the video game. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I remember playing it. You play as Stewart, the mouse. That's it.
Wow. That, I think you sold me on Stewart Little.
It was a very fun game, but do I remember anything about it? No, it's just good nostalgic memories. But Crash Bandicoot, on the other hand, is one of those ones. It was like the typical trio, Crash, Spyro, and Croc. I feel like they're the Aussie staples of video games.
That is true.
But Crash was the one that we played the most. I was recently playing the remaster of it, and it is still as difficult to beat as it was back then. I'm still terrible at that video game.
I remember playing, did I play Crash Bandicoot? Yeah, but the racing one.
The racing, yeah.
Yes.
We had that one.
We had all the Crash Bandicoots. It was like, literally, my sibling is obsessed. We had the Crash... I think we had Crash on the PlayStation, but then when our PlayStation died, we couldn't get it anymore. We had Crash 2, Crash Warped, Crash of the Titans, Crash Mutants or something, the Racing Crash, and then one that was like, you played as anyone, and it was just a bunch of mini games. It was a very Crash-based childhood.
That is really beautiful. I want to take a moment to give Jonathon some points. So he just sent through his wonderful drawing of Link, and oh my gosh, I'm actually impressed that you managed to get a whole body done.
It is so cute. I'm really about this Link.
I love.
He looks like a garden gnome.
And his little, he does, but like maybe Link should be a garden gnome in his next life.
Link is a garden gnome.
He really is. He doesn't even talk, so you know he's got that down. So let's see. For getting his hair pretty accurate, but I think his bangs are meant to swoop to the other side, but I still like this because it's different, Link. You're gonna get 2 points for the hair. The hat, not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of the hat.
Yeah,
but
the hat looks a bit dodgy. The size.
I'm gonna give you like no points on the hat, maybe.
Yeah, +0. Fantastic.
I'm gonna give you his face. I'm gonna give you maybe 3.
Oh, okay.
The body, I mean, you completed the body, so I'll give you a 1.
Oh, nice.
It's not great, but it's pretty.
It's a body.
A lot better than what I could do.
Come on, you gotta give those
impressed.
shoes something.
The way you were talking about him, I thought you only managed to do his face.
Oh no, because when you said there was 10 seconds, I was like, oh great, I scribbled the rest. So I did the rest of the body in the last like 10 seconds.
I'd like to interrupt my point giving with a special message from Jaron. He said, "How dare you?" And I actually like what he says here. Video games are not a puzzle. In 4 words, video games are an experience.
That's not 4 words.
No, that's it. He put video games as a dash, so video dash games. So it would be 1 word.
Love that.
Jonathon, I will tell you how many points you are, but I can't be bothered at the moment, so...
Oh, and I've been keeping track. Don't worry, I've been keeping...
You've been keeping track?
I've been keeping track.
No, I'm keeping track. You're not going to tell me how many points.
I've been making a tally
I'm
at the
not going to be
side.
persuaded. You're losing a point for that.
Aww.
Your proactivity, you shouldn't have done it.
I was trying to...
Should have been lazy.
I should have been more lazy.
Jonathon, I'm hosting today. You can take a step back.
Channel your inner Elliot.
Yeah.
Yes. Elliot, you have to teach him the way.
It's hard to be this amazing.
Can you give us 1 point to be more like you?
1 point?
Yeah, 1 hot take, as you would say.
My singular hot take to be more like me is to... Sorry, you're just not going to be able to. I think I'm just like a one-time experience. I just don't think it's possible.
That is absolutely fair.
Too fabulous.
He really is. Next week, maybe we should do like an Elliot segment.
The Elliot
and
segment.
It's just all about Elliot.
Isn't that what this is?
But you can't be Elliot. You can just experience what Elliot's like.
The Elliot Show. Isn't that what this podcast is?
Wait, is that not what this is?
This is the Elliot Show.
Yeah, we're just the guests. So.
Sorry, what? That's how you got me into this. I thought that it was just the Elliot
This
Show.
is the Elliot Show.
Yeah, I think we found a title for this week's episode. Okay. Thank you for submitting your drawing. Overall, I'm impressed. Love the face.
I love the shoes.
I'm going to call it Garden Link.
I'm going to keep adding to it as well.
You do that, but you can't get any more points.
But he's now becoming Santa Link. Like Santa's helper elf kind of Link.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
You can make him red. You can colour him in red because there is a red Link. There's also... Actually, no. I won't spoil the Link I'm thinking of just in case Elliot's going to draw him, but we'll find out. Okay, before we carry on, we're going to interrupt with what drink are we drinking? Elliot, would you like to go first?
Look, I'm boring as all shit again. I'm having the exact same thing as last week, the Brazilian latte coffee.
Beautiful. We love consistency.
Yeah, we love consistency. I was hoping to have some orange juice, but I ran out of it yesterday, so it's just the coffee for me.
That is fair. A bit sad on the orange juice, but at least you had some yesterday. That's what counts.
Oh, yeah.
I am drinking my favourite coffee brand, which we're sadly not sponsored by. Please sponsor us, someone. But today I am drinking, apparently, Colombia La Union Narino inspired coffee. Apparently it has the flavours of citrus, sweet caramel notes with a smoky finish. I honestly can't taste any of that. It just tastes like really good coffee. Maybe I'm just not cultured enough yet to experience all the flavors. Maybe one day I will be able to experience.
You gotta do like a palate cleanser before you have your coffee.
I mean, I did brush my teeth before I had my coffee. Does that not count?
Oh, that's even worse. What?
Yeah, it's fine now. It wasn't the first.
No wonder you couldn't have any of the taste.
Yeah, that's probably it. I probably ruined it. Well, to be fair, I was gonna make an iced chocolate, but Jaron finished the chocolate drink off. So I got stuck with that. I mean, I'm not complaining. I love drinking this, but it wasn't my plan. Jonathan.
Hello.
Do tell us, what is on your desk?
Unfortunately, I cannot lie, and I must confess that I have also forgotten to get a drink.
Jonathan, you're losing another point.
I'm not doing well this week, it seems.
No, you lost another point.
Yeah, our namesake, who ordered coffee, and clearly I'm just the one going like, you guys ordered coffee?
Well, I didn't order coffee. I just bought it a while ago. Like,
but yeah, but like, you know, like you guys got coffee, and then I'm just the guy on the side going like, wait, there was coffee to be got?
Well, you could get any drink.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
But you seriously don't have anything?
No, I'm afraid not.
Jonathan.
He's got the saliva in his mouth.
Well, that's gonna run out soon.
I would hope not.
Well, sadly, Jonathan, your points aren't looking too good today.
No,
so
they're not. Okay.
Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Frankly, a little disappointed you're not putting up more of a fight,
Oh.
but that's okay. Maybe it's just not your day. Or maybe it will be. We never know. Maybe Jonathan will win today.
It's
Elliot.
always Jonathan's day. Hi.
Hello. So, going back to your video games, and we talked about what was so memorable about it, because, you know, they've stuck with us for this long, and they're probably going to continue to be stuck with us, and we'll get remakes of them and relive our childhood. So, have video games impacted your creativity in any way, shape, or form?
Yes, I would say strongly agree. Look, so basically with video games, I have multiple different ways that it's influenced my creativity. So the first would be like through walking simulators, right? It's a type of video game where like you don't really play, but you do. You're just kind of like pressing the go button. You're just walking through an environment and the story unfolds around you.
Oh.
So you often have like small interactions with text or with small challenges, small mini games, or you might have to press, I don't know, the X or the A button or something just to like jump over something. But it's not like there's any enemies. You can't really die or fail at the game. It's like you do not have to be good at video games to play these games. It's really just about the story that develops through them. And it's like that I love so much. The Beginner's Guide, Stanley Parable, What Remains of Edith Finch, all these kinds of games that you just walk through these places and get these incredible stories. It's like that has definitely inspired my creativity in the sense of music writing and in story writing as well. So all those games have been things that have stuck with me for a very, very long time and kind of helped me to expand on my repertoire, my knowledge, my skills, being able to see what video games can be instead of what they're assumed to be.
Yeah.
It's one of those, very interesting style. Yeah, there's a very, very different kind of style. So that's like one of the things is like that kind of side.
Yeah.
Also, on the other hand, just seeing the amount of characters that are in video games as well. So playing stuff like The Evil Within and seeing the different kinds of stereotypes yet not, or like, you know, even like Skyrim or something, right? Where you get to make something entirely your own. That kind of creativity that can come from just having this open world, more kind of style game where, you know, you have to not so much make decisions, but it's more player-led than story-led, unlike the, what have I called it before? It was a very smart term, I'm sure, the walking things. Walking simulators, that's the one. Yeah, like that kind of stuff of just being able to be like, oh, there's already a preset thing is also just like so great as a creator, just to see other people's creations come to life and see how they manage to make characters come to life with voice and with environments, because there's not much expression that you can do on a video game. You know what I mean? Like, the models don't have heaps of movement range. They can be pretty static often, and like being able to see, obviously they have to be over the top for some games and stuff, but like being able to see how character voices and actor that kind of side can bring those games to life is just really, really cool. It's really cool, and I like it. That's me.
Nice. It's good. So, I thought that was very insightful, and like, damn, Elliot, you just know how to like express really well, because
Oh, clearly.
it makes me jealous. It's so good.
My expression is perfect. 100%.
I know.
So not even the content.
No, the content was good, but like I was like listening, really captivated. But then it's like, was I captivated by what Elliot's saying or by his voice? But no, like, yeah, when you were saying that some of the movement can be staggered, for some reason my mind just instantly went to like Minecraft, and I was like, ha, staggered.
Yeah.
He's just like punch, punch, punch with one click, and it's just a jagged movement.
Yeah.
Like, some games with jagged movement is what makes them, but I also understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, no, like, I think it's a stylistic choice. I mean, more so that it's like, you know, if you've got a movie and you're trying to tell a story, it's so easy to have the actors just do a thing. Whereas when you've got a model, you have to, like, patch in every single movement, and it just becomes a lot. There's limitations. Like, you know, the classic, can I pet the dog in the game? Like, it shouldn't be something important, but it is in so many ways, because it makes the world feel alive. Like, the ways that, and like, for me, the way that they add voice acting on top of that, and if you get a game with good voice acting in it, it just really brings it to a whole new level.
No, just the mumble tracks from the Lego games.
Gosh, yeah.
When none of the characters can talk, they all just mumble.
Hey, those Lego games are brilliant. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
no.
That's what made it amazing.
Oh, no, I know.
The mumble.
But, like,
Great.
I love that they don't have, like, what frustrated me about older games is when you die, you'll be taken back to, like, the very beginning of the scene. But with Lego games, you just instantly respawn, and it's the best thing ever. But also, that was the worst thing in the Indiana Jones, because I got stuck on something, so I tried to, like, reset myself and die, but it didn't help. So I had to, like, leave
when you
that
keep
game
respawning in, like, the death traps or
Yeah,
something.
I couldn't
you just get caught in this loop,
unstuck.
and you just keep, like, oh my god.
I don't know how I got stuck or where it was, but I couldn't get out of this room. And, like, I tried so many... I could never go back to the game. I couldn't figure it out.
It's just like, you just left it there.
Yeah, it's still there. I honestly think if I load up that game, it will still be in that stupid room that I cannot get out of. Because I missed, like, the context of how to get out of it. In saying, Elliot, when you said that, like, if you want to pat like a dog, there is a game. It's like $60, so I'm not going to get it yet, but it's Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. I don't know what it's about, but you can hold and cuddle both a Shibu and a cat.
I love that.
I'm going to send you the picture of it. I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, I want to get this game just because of that. It was expensive, so I'm going to get it when it's, like, on special.
I love that so much.
Elliot.
Hi.
It is time for the drawing segment.
God.
Let me know when you're ready.
Hey, Hanae.
Yeah?
I'm always ready.
I'm very proud of you for doing that. Thank you, Elliot. You get a point.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Am I drawing Link as well, or am I drawing something different?
You can draw Link.
Great.
I was going to pick a different character, but I'll do that another time when I'm hosting, or if I ever get to host again. Who knows? You have the same rules, so if I can give you hints or, like, interaction if you want, you have to narrate it yourself. You get 2 minutes, and I will let you know how long you have when I look at my alarm again, because I was so great at that. Okay.
Great.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
Okay, so I'm starting with a little base figure. I'm getting his head in. He's got his little sword up, because if he does that, doesn't he? He's got, oh god, I can't draw swords. Oh, flip me. Yeah, so that's a sword. That's his sword that he's holding. And he's looking up to the sky, with his very, oh god, he looks high. Oh fuck. It's fine.
Yeah, Link is so busy he has to, like, get one afternoon off just to find the weed and smoke it.
That's how he's looking currently, and you know what? I'm leaning into it. Link can be high today. How much time do I have left?
You have 1 minute 15 seconds.
Oh shoot. Okay, so that's Link's face. Oh, that's horrifying, actually. Great. Okay. I always freak out. Oh
it's
gosh,
okay.
there we
You're doing
go.
Great.
Doing amazing. This is art.
You can do a great job.
I'm gonna give him.
Jaron.
Oh, trust me,
like,
this
looked
is
at your picture. I thought it was cool. I think I can't actually remember. I'm gonna say he thought it was cool.
actually horrifying.
Keep going. If it's horrifying, make it more horrifying.
Make it more horrifying. Lean into it. Great.
Go for it.
He has, like, tattoos. Does he have tattoos? In, like, the latest one, Breath of the Wild.
Definitely not. But he probably should do. What if there wasn't?
I thought he had, like, tattoos on his arm.
That would be cool, honestly.
Oh, you mean like the most recent one? He has this thing with his arm being taken over by this dark spirit thing, or arm going the one that's coming out, Breath of the Wild 2, the sequel.
Oh,
he gets this thing. He's
Elliot,
thing.
10 seconds.
Oh gosh!
9,
let me cover
8,
his pants.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're up.
Great.
Please put your pencil down.
Everything is down.
That's okay.
Everything is down.
Thank you very much. Now, Elliot's sending that through. I was going to mention the link that I remember. It's the one that I wasn't going to mention it until Elliot had finished, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't drawn it. Also, Jonathan, I really like what you've done with Link.
Oh yes, I've sent an update one.
He does look like Santa's helping Elf, but like I like this version because at least he's doing something.
He's also little. And I tried to draw some leaves in the background to show like he's like garden gnome. He's like tiny little garden gnome.
Wait, what's that Link one? There's one where
Minish Cap. Minish Cap is
the duck as a hat.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. I'm looking at Elliot's one.
Do you remember that?
Yes, that one, Minish Cap.
Yeah,
I played that. I played that one. That was really good.
His hat is so utterly ridiculous, and I hate that he didn't help you. Elliot, oh my
incredible.
Gosh. Oh my
I
gosh.
promise I'm an artist.
Elliot, I'm impressed that you managed to get some colour in there. I think you get 2 points of colour. I don't know where his second arm is, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah, you can see it. You can see it.
I can't. I'm just blind.
You can see the second arm.
One's holding the sword, and the other one,
the other one?
And the other's like...
He's got
kind of on his head.
Yeah,
okay, you're doing a me when you can't draw arms, but respect. Because I know you can draw arms.
Excuse you.
No, I know you can draw arms.
Let me just point everyone to our fabulous logo real quick.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, everyone
Elliot,
have a look at that.
Let's look at the logo where my hand was on backwards.
You said it was fine.
I'm sorry.
You said you had 2 right hands.
Oh no.
I was lying.
Conflict in the group.
I'm sorry. Listen, I love the logo. I just like teasing you guys. Dude, you got colour, so that's 2 points.
Oh,
I like your tattoos. I think that's a real good, innovative
addition.
Thank you, Jonathan.
I swear he has tattoos.
He should have tattoos. He doesn't. He has these weird sleeve things that may look like tattoos.
Oh.
He's
got patterns on his clothes.
Yeah, they could pass as
and
tattoos.
he's got. Oh.
I like his goofy smile and his high eyes.
Does he get a point for that?
Yeah, he gets 3 points for his face features. The sword looks pretty awesome with the little flamey colours going up, so you get a point for that. It looks great. And also the stance, good job. I like that they both show very different artistic abilities, and they're amazing. Like, Jonathan's was like almost chibi style, tiny Link, and you went for long Link.
long.
I went for
with a double G.
Having a freak out halfway through. I was so confident. I was like, I've got this like sword down, and then I realized I didn't know how to draw swords, and I was like,
wait.
Oh, this is going downhill very quickly.
It's okay. Swords are terrible. Honestly, both your swords look great, so I'm gonna give you guys both a point for your swords.
Thanks.
I'm very proud of both of you. Do you guys have anything to add to any of your drawings, saying wise? Like, do you want to like give your critiques or compliments to each other? You can't give out points, so sorry.
Well, as I've said, Jonathan, I like the shoes.
The shoes are great. Shoes. Oh, he's added pom-poms! It's Tinkerbell now! Sorry.
Ellie, I do like the asymmetrical pants. I also like that his...
Oh, thank you.
I also like that his left leg is... I have to assume is significantly longer than his right leg, but I could be wrong.
Honestly?
Perspective.
It's
very far backwards.
Yeah. There we go.
I feel like I had to make it up to you. So I did another one. It's not going to count for anything.
I'm happy for additional drawings as well.
But I just want to prove that I've got some sort of skill, you know?
I cannot prove that I have any skill.
Once again, I would direct people to the logo.
Oh, that's an awesome one. He looks like a dark Link.
Oh.
That was the vibes. Like, I just want to...
I love how you can see Goofy's Link. His face in the corner. He's like, man, that's my big brother. I want to be him when I'm older.
It's Bink.
Oh my gosh, Bink and Link? Okay, so Elliot, yours is called Bink.
Thanks.
Jonathan, you get 2 points for the great naming. Jonathan... For our last question of the day, what game would you want to play next?
Ooh. Let's have a... Well, is it a game that exists or a game that I'd like to see?
A game that exists.
A game that exists. I am kind of curious about the new Pokemon... What's it called? The Pokemon Legends? Arceus, I think? Is that what it's called?
Okay, nice.
There's a new... Yeah, it's like a sort of open world style Pokemon. It's like Breath of the Wild crossed with Pokemon Sinnoh, the Sinnoh
So
region.
is Link in there? Elliot.
Hi.
Shooting the question at you. What game would you like to play next?
Oh, the game of life. No,
No, I don't want to play that. I'm good.
honestly, I don't know.
That's
I'm not
fair.
that much of a gamer. Like, in general, I used to play a lot of video games, but now I'm just kind of like, as I say, I've been playing The Witcher for a bit now, and that's fun, but that's going to take me a while to finish. And then after that, I mean, who knows? Whatever my housemate throws in my direction as the next good game to play.
That's fair.
Do you play with your housemate much?
We don't play 2-player, so we'll just, like, jump between games. She gets obsessive into certain games, and so she'll play, like, Minecraft for, like, 3 months, and then be like, actually, I want to play Dirt Runner. And I'm like, what the fuck is Dirt Runner? And it's basically just, like, cars RPG.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, go off. But, like, she has a bunch of games and stuff that she's always like, you should try this, you should play this. Like, this is a fun one. So I'm just, like, along for the ride most of the time.
Nice.
Nice.
I wanted to add
Yeah.
that I would also want to play more board games. So not necessarily video games, but I would like to try some other board games.
Very nice.
I am keen for those.
We should do a board game podcast soon. Oh my gosh, we can come back. Well, that will definitely not be happening this week, but it should be a plan for a future episode where we all...
Yeah, we should play
do a
board
podcast.
games, and we should also get coffee.
Absolutely. We're putting this on our... Will we actually do this list?
To-do list.
No, will we actually do this list, not to-do list. Yeah, and I guess the game I would like to play is Croc, because I want to relive my childhood, but I can't think of any other one at the moment. Now, to finish up our podcast for this week, thank you two for being such wonderful contestants, and oh my gosh, your answers were great. Your drawing skills, even better. They brought me a lot of joy today. Okay, so coming in last is Jaren with 1 point. Coming in second last is Jonathan's brother with 2 points. Jonathan, you are second, 12.5, and Elliot, you won with an overall of 25 points. So congrats, you are next week's host.
I won? Oh my god.
There you go, congratulations, Elliot.
I needed a win this week, y'all.
Yeah, and
So,
you won.
It's about the small things. It's the small things that count.
You really proved yourself today. You both did, but Elliot, you did an exceptional.
Say thank you. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my friends.
Your siblings.
Like, without you guys, I wouldn't have got here today, up here, accepting this winning. I want to thank Jonathon and Hanae for standing by my side. Jonathon in particular for being such a good competitor.
Well done, both of you.
I want to thank Hanae for making me win.
That was all you.
I want to thank my cat. I want to thank my housemates' cats. I want to thank my cat again, my other cat, and my dog.
And wow, Elliot's going on a whole rant of who he's going to thank, which is utterly lovely. We're going to have to sadly finish this week's episode. So thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
See ya.
Satan.